Hello everyone, this is the Mad Salvi letting you know that unless things are proven with Twitter posts and stuff like that and have actual proof behind it, treat everything in this thing as a theory. I will try to mark certain things as news and theory and everything like that to kind of let you guys understand, but also, you know, use a critical mind. And I hope you do enjoy. Twisty did something that a lot of people didn't think she was gonna do, but Twisty is just doing what a regular VTuber would do. I guess maybe she is a shrimp in disguise. You never know. How can you beat GUra? Repost her birthday stream, base Twisty. Yeah, she reposted the birthday stream of GUra. Twisty Manazako, as you know, is the Denoth, one of the three Denoth that has popped up. And it says, you're invited, come to Shark City. It was basically going to be June 20th at 9 p.m. is going to be the birthday special surprise. We can't see her Laplace fan art likes anymore, but she probably nonstop liking every cover VTuber now that likes are hidden. She really went the wrong company. I mean, that's what happens a lot of times. In the VTuber industry, you could be from a competing company, but you could still love people from the other company. It's perfectly fine, in my mind at least. I hope Elon trolls people and makes them unhidden. Imagine people panicking. I mean, consider for a moment, Marine, Pekora, Mume, and even Fuamoko apparently applied for Niji and didn't get in. Niji sisters hated that. Holy S, she really do be speedrunning termination. Kinda makes you think she locked in before everything. That's just an opinion. Riku don't look. Nijisanji fans being fans of Hololive and Holo fans being fans of Nijisanji is nothing new, to be fair. A lot of members on both sides are fans of each other, like I said. The only reason in particular this instance is news is one, she's retweeting GUra, who's the main talent the Nijisanji agency is trying to beat, and two, Twisty is Niji EN. 3, Nijisanji's the only one of the two agencies who feel like they have a bone to pick with Hololive. Exactly. That's the big issue. You know, it's a bone to pick with Hololive. It's, you know, craziness, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. They're really trying to make it a big competition, which isn't right. I don't like that. Love how Twisty is the enigma that confuses everyone. Who knows, maybe she's actually a diehard Hololive fan who wished she could join Hololive but join Niji EN because it was easier to get in and potentially collab with Hololive that way. It could be, you never know. I mean, that has been done, like people getting into companies to collab with others. That has been done before. Heck, Victoria Brightshield wanted to collab with her Oshis. That's why she got into, one of the reasons she got into Nijisanji, at least that's one of the rumors. She really should have joined just Hololive. Seems to favor talents there more than with Niji. You make it sound like joining Hololive is easy. She probably applied for auditions and didn't get in because there's just a lot of competition. But still, I don't mark this as anything negative. It's just interesting to see. We have right here Mitishon owner CEO Mocks Hololive EN and EN members to refuse BiliBili as obscure and unknown. They said, I don't even know who they are. Who is this even? To refuse? Claims Hachama really wants to return to BiliBili and apologize to Chinese fans. Fubuki is the most eager to return according to them. It says, who is in the video? Lefu is the owner and boss of Metishion. His name is public information because of China's social media business laws. He owns 62.5% of Metishon shares. So it's a company that run Kobo's BiliBili channel, and they're the ones that are going to be used, and it's an in-between to go to and, you know, be in BiliBili instead of having them actually, you know, have to make an office in BiliBili and all that kind of stuff. The Chinese business laws are the reason why Hololive is using Metishon and other things. That owns Noah Talent, a new VTuber group that has a leak, that had a supposed leak. Again, that's still a rumor that Sayu is going to be in it. Sayu did say that they allowed her to have her lawyer write up the contract, any contract changes that she wants, and they're going to sign it, so they're really eager to have her. By accident, through YouTube misconfiguration, their audition manager, Quinn, went into 4chan and admitted that she was the one who messed up. She also replied to 4chan on her Twitter account to prove that it really was her. Metishan, so it's basically pretty much guaranteed that Sayu is going to be going in there if the changes are being made as expected. Due translation of the video, he calls Holomems livers due to bad English. On the BiliBili video here, says, why are you guys looping? I said many times that they livers want to return to BiliBili of their own will. I've been saying this since last year. They came to us. Why did they come to us? It's because livers throwing a tantrum. They definitely want to stream on BiliBili. That is a huge leap, a huge, you know, reach. Like, it is like, what the heck are you thinking when it comes to that kind of stuff? I think Shirakami Fubuki is returning is easy. She wants to be back. She wants to come back and stream. She didn't say she was unwilling, and she replied really quickly, you know. We were surprised that she's so cooperative. Hololive probably told them, it's like, look, we're going to be trying this. Be cooperative, you know. And also, Fubuki and others understand business. They understand in business you have to seem cooperative and responsive if you want the business thing to go through, especially if they want a new market like BiliBili to go through. And it says, because the damage to her and her reputation in the past was quite huge, we asked those wanting to return to fill up some forms. Fubuki was the first or second to do it. She's always willing to help Hololive. That's the main thing. If Hololive is going to be doing something new, then she's going to want to be like, okay, I'll be the one to do it. She's a very hard worker, so it's not insane that she would be the one to do it that way. It's not necessarily that she really loves, BiliBili, hates the fact that Hololive wasn't in BiliBili, and really wants to return. It's not the way this person's making it out to be. Her cooperation level was the highest. She agreed to come back, and she really agreed. She agreed to everything. Did Suisei submit the form? Suisei submitted it. If she didn't, how could we have uploaded her BBD video so quickly? She agrees very much. Again, they're trying to make it seem very, it's things that happen in business. They try to make it seem like, oh my God, everybody loves us. This is where BiliBili all agreed, not disagreed, that they did it very quickly. Who did not agree? Those that weren't on BiliBili before. Hachama agreed, while she agreed really quickly. That's why we have to work on her channel after ending my stream. Hato agreed so quickly. She's different from the others. She feels she really made a mistake. Putting words in her mouth, unless she says it herself, I don't really think this is good. Putting words in her mouth is not good. She suffered just like Kiryu Koko did. Really wants to say sorry. Hato really wants to come back and say sorry. Did she say it herself? Unless she did, I don't believe you, guy. Did Okayo agree? Okayo agreed too. The ones that disagreed are the ones that couldn't even name. EN, ID, I don't know what they are even for. Not even I know who they are. You understand? JP either agrees or doesn't reply, but not replying is regular occurrence. No JP is opposed to it. You understand? So it looks like ID and EN didn't agree. It looks like this is mainly a JP push. Maybe even Hololive told them, look, you have the right to disagree. You have the right to not want to be a part of that. And there's no problem. Doesn't mean that they hate BiliBili. It's just that they don't see this as something that's going to be good for their business at this moment. Those that disagreed are all the unfamiliar EN and ID. Even I don't know who those are. Repeat it again. I really don't know them. It's like, who is this? To refuse. Very disagreed. They're the one or two that disagreed. So this guy seems like very childish in the way that he's doing things. Seems like he took offense to them disagreeing. Does Pekora agree? She agreed as well. Can she say no? They all agreed. They filled in their cooperate enthusiastically. Like I said, the Japanese ones. In Japan, it's kind of like, hey, we're going to try this. We're going to go with what the company wants. They're not going to drop a business opportunity that the company's really pushing for. So I don't really see that as like, oh my God, they love BiliBili. Only two refused, one ID, one EN, and I don't even know who they are. Marine agreed. Marine did not disagree. All cooperative. You'll see them anyways. Holocien agree. Holocien, I didn't ask them for their opinions. I can do it for you guys. You can send them a super chat to ask about it. I don't feel good about this guy. Very unprofessional vibes. Yeah, he's very unprofessional in the way that he talks about this whole thing. This is like when the arc of the spin-off book suddenly leaks in the mainline story. They're really confident that they can somehow toe the line with the CN audiences. They're braver or dumber than most. It's not a very good move, in my opinion. But they are actually doing things that are good for business in other ways, so they must know something that I don't. It just doesn't seem like very smart, having seen the history of the mainlanders, having seen how you have to toe the line specifically. You have to be very careful. Those are the types of things that scare me. Even Nijisanji seemingly realized it wasn't worth the hassle after Vox failed, and decided to focus back on Japan. Although BiliBili return might start to become more common trend in Hololive, allowing Kobo to go into the site, can't imagine how Hololive or the company thinks they'll be able to avoid being burned like they were last time. That's my main thing. They're gonna get burned most likely, especially when dealing with these guys that don't seem very professional. He wanted to call out the people who didn't agree and saying, who the heck are they? It's like a certain orange man, saying, I don't know who this guy is. Who was this guy? And it was like some kind of war hero or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's just one of those things. I don't like people that are like this. It's just very unprofessional for being a businessman. A lot of people have the doom and gloom thing. Illyria disappeared, Q&A dropped. This basically, people are like, oh my God, it feels like this is over, isn't it, type of thing. After they explicitly said in the investor Q&A they intend to drop support for EN, at least in the long term, and after EN not being profitable for like half the existence, thus it's hard to justify the stockholders why the F they're still investing in there. Most of the stockholders are Asian, primarily Japanese or Chinese. That's what it seems like, at least. It's hard not to be down on the dumps, which, some people can be down in the dumps, especially since they are how much livers discovered that they're getting pulled out. It's possible neither them nor us know how it's going to be incorporated into the main branch. It could be incorporated into the main branch. It could be swallowed up like KR was, like ID was, like all those were. They could graduate. Illyria seems to be panicking. Some of them, like Kunai, are abandoning ship, because also remember, Kunai said that she's going to not be streaming so much and to cancel memberships if you want to wait until she comes back. I kind of feel for them. Yes, it's corpo because of how they were repaid, but they defended the corpo and to the bitter end, and the reward was they're just gonna abandon them. You know, it's not over until Rosemi says it's over. I don't get the feeling yet. I get your point, but the examples seem too small and too low. Yeah, it's kind of a death nail type of thing, like a one nail in the coffin, but it's not like it's all burning down. I can understand that. I just wanted to give you guys the kind of perspective. In my perspective, it's not all burning down. It's not all doom and gloom, but EN is definitely going to suffer in the short term and in the long term. The situation does seem bad and currently out of control. I may have kept saying that we're close to the end at all, but I don't quite think we're approaching the day where the yacht fully falls. I don't think so. EN might have a big issue within the next, 6 months to the end of the year. But JP's holding them up, and so it's going to stay the way it is. And moving on, we have why did they just give up? Why did they give up? They tried, they tried a smear campaign against Selen, against Doki, didn't work. They tried to pretend nothing happened, business as usual, it didn't work. Looks like they're just giving up. EN and was still profitable brand, worst failure. It wasn't like horribly unprofitable. They were actually making money, just not as much as they thought. And that's one of the things that happens with Nijisanji. They take a look at things and they're like, it's not going to be so good. And then they just give up. When Hololive tends to want to push more and be like, let's put more money, let's do more stuff, let's do things and see what we can do to make it successful. Any color can ever expand successfully, who knows? If they're publicly traded company, it makes people very nervous. So why don't they try anything else to salvage the situation? Why no big collaborative events that involve like Spirit of Nijisanji, big things like that, like things that Hololive would do? I'll tell you why, in my opinion right now. It's because they are all for the short term. They're really 100% for the short term, and they are not looking for the long term. They did go all guns blazing by hosting a whole bunch of events for the EN branch. It brought in a sizable money, but not enough for them to be happy. There is an issue with those events because it looked like some of it had been sitting in storage for years. Nijisanji EN has severe structural management issues, and JP branch don't know how to correct it. Probably tuned out some events that wasn't in the mood to listen. But yeah, they did try to push out a lot of events, but it didn't it wasn't like a humongous thing for them. So that could be one of the reasons why they seem to be giving up. They don't want to change, or at least refuse to acknowledge any change. Remember how they were hiring high schoolers to do translation work? That's one of the issues. Remember how Hololive had food merch events that were within a day or more, they fixed everyone's orders? Nijisanji doesn't do that. Remember how between Selen and Yozaramel's termination, Holo was willing to hear Mel out and give her a chance, while Selen wanted to leave on good terms and they just terminated her? Yeah, a lot of those things are bad in the structure of the organization, and that's why they're suffering. That's why it's ending. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? What do they mean, Mason? They're all going in my head and they're making it tingle, Mason. Here we go. This is Twitter stats for I Am Amare. She has, a lot of tweets happening recently. She's been losing followers, but just a lot of tweets from my IMRA. And so far, she's had, quite a bit of loss. And she's having some gains, actually, recently, which is good. But this person is saying, for Iluna, it's taking this one with a huge grain of salt, since it's Twitter, of course, huge grain of salt. Given the amount of bot follows and corrections and likes being removed, even for normal users, Twitter is at least the least accurate representation of something happening. Of course, this is all a rumor. This is basically saying, there's something going on, that Twitter stats are maybe bringing, marking that maybe there's going to be an end soon for Iluna and things like that. But this, of course, Twitter is being very inaccurate, especially with the Musk person being in control and messing everything up. So yeah, it's just effing Twitter. No one in the subreddit does any work marketing because you allow how Nijisanji EN a run for their money, and how do you handle metrics? Yeah, it's just Twitter metrics. It's just a weird look at it. But, there's up and downs like anything. Twitter especially has a lot of up and downs. Don't take it as like, oh my God, it's going to be the end times. It's just taking a look at metrics. So this is a bit of a short one about the GTA Roleplay server. Asking boycott folks, did you watch this event? What do you expect? I didn't watch it. I don't know if anyone else watched it. They made their own SRTG, which is this one here, their own 5M RP server, event Niji GTA. They had, a bunch of people here. Let's see who they had specifically. They had, they had 4, but only 4? Really? Only 4? And it says Usamirito. It looks like it's primarily Meloko over here. You see primarily the JP folks doing it, which is, I guess, something. RP with blackjack and hookers. You know what? Forget the blackjack. Our company will suffice. Completely honest, I was wondering why it took them so long to create their own 5M RP server. The talent roster could freaking use it up easily. Remember, they had a very strict no modding policy on game streams. Yeah, a lot of Japanese companies have no modding policies. Now, at the very least, a very real possibility of them doing being invited to VCR events in the future. I guess they eased up on the game modding thing. So this is just something that's, you know, a little look into them possibly changing, because maybe they're seeing the numbers drop. Maybe they're seeing a lot of other things that they're not liking, and they're going to change it up. These types of servers cost money, a lot of money. Maintaining in and of itself already costly. Updating it, adding mods, technical support, which is, you know, something Nijisanji isn't good at, is really bad too. Roleplay servers also cost money to be whitelisted. People spend hundreds of dollars monthly just to be whitelisted, especially in NoPixel. Some roleplay servers are notorious for not accepting people with no roleplay experiences. These types of servers promote collabs, and we know collaborating with Nijisanji is so exhausting based on people's experience. So that's one of those things. And I wanted to just let you guys know that they have one, in case if you're people who want to watch it, or in case if you just want to see things burn down. I don't know. Up to you guys. This is a bit of a Zion meme. Let's take a look at it.
Look, I wanted to, but I didn't think...
You know what it was like for me?
It's a little meme.
Everybody left. I knew all those showbiz phonies would turn on me, sure. But you?
It's not my fault you got fired.
I don't care about the job! I did fine. I had a good life. But what I needed then was a friend.
Oof, that's very true. That's very true. And yes, a lot of people did turn on her. And another, to make it a bit of a lighter turn, we have here Bettle with the deads. It looks like deadbeats are there, which is, you know, something with Mori Calliope. So that the deadbeats looks like a thing too. So we're gonna, he's singing Save Me, and they're all dancing. So yeah, just having a bit of fun, as Bettle was doing in his 3D, which is amazing. I'm very glad that he had his 3D. If only Nijisanji could understand that investing in your talents pays off. Look at Hololive, look at FaZe, look at Idol, look at all these other smaller companies. Hololive isn't smaller, by the way. Hololive is huge, but look at the smaller companies and the larger companies that actually invest in their talents. They're actually doing well. And one of them is VShojo. Henya getting a level 37 height train, suffering from success. Yes, she's definitely suffering from success. She got 2,500 subs and 244,000 bits, which in the Twitch ecosystem is about $2,000, 2.4 grand. And Henya was never once in Nijisanji. She came from Vom's. Yeah, she came from Vom's Monster Project, who by all impressions are a great company. She left because she wanted more stuff and faster, but Gyari wanted to make stuff himself. As he's an extremely talented artist, this makes sense. The split was perfectly amicable. Yes, it was a very amicable split. They did a huge goodbye thing. They did, you know, they did a song for a goodbye for her. You know, they did all this kind of stuff. Tomochika really misses her. She's still talking with a lot of people in Vom's. Vom's treated her really well, just that it was a smaller stage than she could stand on because she had a lot of lofty ambitions. And that is perfectly fine for an artist, a VTuber, to have loftier ambitions. And VShojo really helped her with those ambitions. If I ever want to collab with Vom's in the future, things seem amicable between everyone there and Henya herself. I think they would. But who knows? I mean, Vom's might do it, might not do it. Tomochika and Gyari as their friends. And it's true that they seem to be on close type of things. However, industry VTubers rarely collab with former co-workers who are still in a group agency they left. Just seems to be an unspoken rule. Since it's a Japanese company, that might be a rule that maybe they won't. Who knows? It means they need to use money, and there's no way investors would like that. Absolutely they wouldn't. Maximizing shareholder value above all else has pretty much destroyed any long-term prospects for many companies, including Nijisanji. They do now, but they're known to invest in top livers only. As they said themselves, they're only going to be doing top liver stuff. They don't want to waste money on potential duds. Of course, if you look at Holo, investing has paid off an F-ton. However, I do believe that Yago had insight on hidden potentials of talents and chose to hire. Niji, on the other hand, generally clueless on that front. So yeah, Nijisanji probably still won't learn, probably still won't do anything that they need to do in order to be a good company. Mint Phantom, is having a collab with Doki. It'll be Hospital 666. The game directly supported Doki back then and revoked terms rights to Nijisanji due to the way they handled termination. I wrote about it. I even made a thing about it. It's going to be on this day. It's going to be on Friday, this coming Friday. So on this week, this coming Friday is going to be the 21st. On the 21st is when they're going to have the Hospital 666 collab. So that's a good thing to take a look at, and it's something that I wanted you guys to see. Besides, you know, we have this stuff here, and we also have her playing Doom 64, which is an old school game. Just a little bit of a Mint/Pomu update. Of course, she's quote-unquote not Pomu. It's just a little update to let you guys know what's going on. And of course, people are very happy. 1 a.m. for me to stay up for it. So glad we reconnected post-Niji. I'm very glad that they reconnected post-Niji and that she's doing extremely well. As I you know, had a feeling she was going to do. A little bit of Sayu synchronicity news here. We all know that she stood next to her standee at Offkai. She's talking about Zenless Zone. Another thing that a lot of people were wondering if it's going to happen is that Sayu is going to be going to Anime Expo. Sayu has put out here, she says she will be going to Anime Expo after all. Please link me to all the Artist Alley stamp rallies for this year. I love doing them and it's my entire life's purpose. She's not going as a guest, she's going as a regular person. So among all the stinky people, you might find stinky Sayu. Of course, she's stinky. But here we have, of course, she has, I've seen the most recent 2 animations about Firefly. Really like her. It's like Evangelion in me. Curious about is why people liked her before, knew what she was. And of course, more information about when she went to Hentai Matsuri. She had someone, you know, be kind of, I guess, like a mistress type of thing with, you know, have the feet. The guy wanted to smell her feet. No, I'm just saying, it's a joke. It's a joke, but yeah. And then, you know, meeting a lot of Synchronites and a lot of other people at Hentai Matsuri. Hentai Matsuri is a smaller con, but still, it is wonderful to see her have these wins, have these things pop up, and have her be among all these people here. You know, it's always great to see that. Again, I don't want to leave you guys with without any kind of Hololive, Holostars, or some kind of news like that. Shinri had a debut. Shinri, of course, being the person that is in Holostars. Look at that. Just look at that. Of course, I'm not going to put the music because a lot of it is copywritten. They even have this is what happens when you fully support your people. Here's all the words here of when he's saying. This is most likely pre-recorded, but of course, you know, they had the words here, the Japanese words, the Japanese English words, the full look. It looks like a destroyed thing. He has his own laptop where he has Holostars coming in for the win, and just, you know, being able to talk to him, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's very, very well done. That's the difference between Hololive and Nijisanji in the way that they do things. They gave him his own stage. They have all these things here. It's pre-recorded. It's just really good. Look at that. You have the Holostars there as little cheers in the bottom. It's really well done. You know, that's what I like about Hololive and the way they do things. Each and every one of Tempest members' models showcase have been so damn entertaining and beautiful. Each boy was able to showcase his own talent and win hearts of old and new fans, not to mention the stages for each showcase were beautiful, crafted, and well lit to make the model stand out in a good light. That's what I'm saying. Just looking at it from a layman's point of view, it looks really well done, and I'm really glad that a Holostar got this type of attention. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys, and I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now, because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.